Alright, everybody. So, we are getting into some more content and creations. We are going to get into Fugazi's build here, and then Portovar's build, and then we'll kind of keep on going from there. And if you have a build that you'd like to have toured, just make it known to us, and we will head on over at some point. So, let's kind of look at this place from the get-go here. So you're just kind of walking up. Maybe this is part of a city. Yeah, this is part of a city, I'm guessing. That you aren't just walking up to here out from the wilderness. And there's this nice bath here. Or maybe it's not a bath, maybe it's just some water. I don't know. Do they have open kind of fountains just for the sake of fountains, or are they utilitarian and everything that's an open source of water is meant to be a bath of some sort? I have no idea. Fugazi! So anyway, this and this, that's definitely nice. Generally, I see more of the square columns being used for walls, but this is kind of a rounder sort of thing going on here. It's pretty neat. More of those. Yeah. These can all be potentially square columns instead of cylindrical columns, and it would potentially work as well or better for the style. They have cultivated gardens and water. Yeah, I know they have cultivated garden. Well, it's a combination of cultivated gardens and just allowing the wilderness to stay around. Absolutely, Caesar. No problem. I definitely plan to check that out later. That's really nice that you've actually got the ripples in the cloth there that you've kind of built in on your own. That looks really, really neat. The rivets on here are good. I like the large ones and the small ones. They add a lot of extra detail. I like that you've got the manual brick kind of placed in here inside of the what's it called, in the archways there. Archways are kind of a point of contention. It's been talked about before. We're not really sure if rounded circular archways like this are something that actually goes in an ogre style build. But at the same time, I would say it actually looks correct here. I would say it actually looks functional and good where it's at here. And that treatment that you have going along the wall here, that's pretty classy. Think they confirm yes for Roman arch domes. Arches and domes. Okay, you got it. It looked really weird in their interior art that they showed us. Not a fan of writing on fabric? Okay, that's fair. Alright, so we continue kind of looking here. I see that same thing you've got going. You've got some more kind of bumps and texturing in that. And that's pretty awesome. The banner in the distance there. I would say you should probably think about making these much wider. The idea isn't that you build the entire thing up with brick and then you throw in some dirt and plant some plants in it. so much as this area from like, here to maybe here or so is, let's see if I can represent it properly. Let's say from like here, here. Oh yeah, that's a little too far. A little closer here. So something a little bit more like this for the proportions of where you would actually set it down, and you would have actually either heal the terrain, or put something that kind of looks like natural terrain that's just kind of being contained by the walls, as if it was left there to begin with, and this was just kind of built around what was already there. I think that's more the look that they're looking for, and I think they do want it to not necessarily have kind of the tree roots coming out, but having all sorts of greenery and foliage and vines and stuff, kind of, and moss just kind of spilling out and getting all up in everything. Feel free to say no. Anyway, so these straight columns here, it's definitely something they've represented, that you can have short straight columns like this that are kind of mostly cylindrical, but I think these might need a little bit of a kind of different style. I don't know that they actually use large brick at all for these columns. I'm pretty sure they use smooth solid stone for them. Think the trees are okay for the edge. I think the trees are fine too. I'm just saying not having the tree roots is the thing that's spilling over on the edges. Alright, Fugazi. I mean, I guess if this is like, an ogre structure that's being built in the combine area or something, I could see this having those kinds of features. That's pretty neat. Alright, let's go up to the second floor. Actually, let's look at these stairs here. That's really cool. It's almost like some sort of jaws or claws or something there. And I like these little square protrusions going up. The differential bricks going around here are very nice. That looks awesome. That looks just great. I could see metal bands even going around here and there to kind of hold these bricks in place a little bit better. Not entirely necessary though. Looks great. Some really nice monumental angles and shots that you can get out of this place. It's really fancy. Alright. So these here are really nice. It's a really neat way to do things. Not sure how I like how these blend. If there's any way you could give a little bit more space between these, because they also don't really line up evenly either, and so that creates some why don't they line up? They're the same height, aren't they? Oh, I see. This part starts lower for some reason on this one. Yeah, if you could space those out a little bit more, that would be fantastic. Because the way these kind of overlap here, it's a really weird sort of thing. Those bricks will have overgrowth when you do your prop pass. Okay, well that's cool. I don't know, not having these at the same height still looks kind of weird to me. I guess it makes more sense from here though. Having one lead up to the next one. Don't change it. I understand. I see, because you've got it in the back too, so it'll match well when you look at it from the other side. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm being nitpicky. These are neat. Looks like a spiky rocket chip or something. I would definitely say throw some sort of a material either in the middle layer or the back layer here for these inlays. I think that would be pretty cool. You could even do like a metal or something there. Just a metal on this inner layer here. Be pretty neat, because it would then take this pattern and put it all the way up through. I think that would work. 100% on the limits of your claim in all directions. Damn. Keep the noise down on those. I getcha. What are you planning to do with this doorway, by the way? It looks like you've got something maybe planned to go in there, or what's up with the place here? Let me know. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks like a neat functional sort of entrance, especially when you take a few steps back with those columns to the side of it. It just feels like it needs something like right there. It's a pretty decent Ogre's oil shape. It's flat going all the way. It's not curving one way or the other. And when it gets here, then it kind of angles and just tapers back in. It's a bit smooth for the curve, but that's fine. I could see a lot of different treatments and variations being done with. The door here is small for ogres? No, it's most definitely tall enough and wide enough to be comfortable. It's just ogres would be going through single file, I think. I don't think they'd be going through two at a time. So if the intent is for them to be able to go in like two at a time or more, it would definitely need to be wider. You're right, Caesar. Definitely a good observation. Shadow Play 1979. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. I noticed now that I was kind of looking. It's like, what's going on with the colors? So you've got 1, 2 different colors being used, or is that 3 different colors being used? Actually, it's pretty neat. These columns from the inside are great. These are fantastic. This is what I was talking about earlier when I was checking out a Countess's build. How the square columns in the walls look really good and kind of work really well with the style. So we have that going on here. I like the little rivets going on up there. All the metal and treatment and stuff going on here. Though I would imagine it wouldn't want to be hollow, that would actually have something in it, unless that's going to have a fire. Interior is very... Oh, interesting. I gotcha. Good to know. And then we've got I see that's your spotlight in there. You have multiple spotlights. And that's how you got some of the shine and the glow going with your dome here, which is using that oxidized brass or copper or whatever that looks great. I see what you mean, Shadow Play. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to what else they improve and allow. Oh, that's neat. That's a great reference. Very cool. Cool. All right. deadly laboratory. It's deadly because it's near the floor and you take falling damage. That is one freaking gigantic voxel board. Holy shiitake. See, was there anything else that we want to check out here? Was there anything else to check out here? Because this place is just like monumental and gigantic. I like the metal treatment up here. I wonder if there's something else, something closer to this that you'd be able to do the entire way around, like a repeating pattern. Because metal is nice, but something like what you've got going on there, I think would work really, really well. That's about it. Alright. That slab will eventually be covered in hanging vines. Nice. Why can't I cut this tree down? Damn it. That's annoying. Fine, I'll approach it this way. Oh, right. Can't run an empire without paperwork. Yeah, pretty much. Do you have a specific name for this place? Oops. Yeah, Fugazi, it's pretty amazing. Oh wait, heh, wrong place. 7 1101 472. There we go. Fortress of Bad Attitude. Publish succeeded. Huzzah. Word of ours, bridge. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start up another waffle. Yeah, Comrades, I've been asking for a an additive tool, an additive inverse to the smooth tool. Like I guess be a blister tool would be the phrase. Cylinder selection would be lovely too. All right. So, let's look at this bridge here. You lovely folks over here already. I see Pi here. I see Thalius here, of course, and Portivar. Of course, I'm going to make your names disappear. And get nice, clean footage of the scene. Yeah. Alright. So instead of stairs, it's a ramp. Ramp's just fine. I don't think ogres really care that much either way. Though I think if it's going to be this steep a slope, you might want to consider stairs. Otherwise, maybe potentially have it extend out further. Now I know this is the edge of the claim, so you can't. But maybe having it extend into here a little bit further. Ran out of room. So I like this pattern you've got going around. That's really cool. Very simple, very functional. I'm not sure though, would blue be the right color, or would that be more suited if you had almost a reddish material to put in there? Perhaps even purple. What would go good there? I wonder. Alright. Make sure my beard's not gonna get eaten on the mic there. So this symbol right here, that looks very much the Ogre style. It also kind of looks like a couple of round clusters next to a yeah. Anyway, so these columns here, these columns are nice. They're very nice. The use of the shiny gold to flank the detailed metal there is really cool. Putting the metal at the right position so you get the full detail of it, also very cool. Yeah, these here are nice too. That's pretty neat. I like the contrasting colors, contrasting materials being used there. Yes, Bad Viking. That. That's kind of neat. It kind of looks like a large structure or something. Face trick. Welcome, welcome. Alright. I do like that. I like the use of an octagon up here as well. That's really smart. That's really cool. It looks great. I think definitely fits with the Ogre style. The columns look great. The proportions on them is great. The size, the shape, the materials, very well done. This is really nice and definitely to the Ogre style, and especially with these little details here, that is a nice extra little bit. Now that I see those, I kind of want to see a little bit of those here and there on the pattern going around as a way to kind of match what you've got going on there, and that shouldn't be too difficult. Temple? No, Piewing, that's their smoking patio. Now here's a really interesting transition. Here we have part of this material, or part of this pattern being used up to some extent, and then kind of offset one from here. This one starts over here and matches with this, but you get it on both sides instead of just on the one side like you have here. So that's a really weird kind of transition. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's an oversight, or what consideration went into that. But I think if this is how it's going to be here, maybe this should at least be thinner. You could keep this or leave it, the little bit lining it there. Yeah, I don't know. What do you folks think? Yeah, gold is nice to see being incorporated here. I wouldn't say that it is not Ogre in any way. In fact, I would imagine Ogres would like gold quite a bit. It goes with their red, it goes with the copper, it goes with the bronze, brass. I think green might be more preferred to blue though. Like for the okay, yeah. Here we go. So instead of using the whatever this bluish material is to line it here, switch that out for the this stuff here going all along and all the way up and through. Switch that out for the oxidized brass or the oxidized copper or whatever it is, and I think that green would actually look really, really, really good here, and I think actually kind of go nicely with the ocean too. Go nice with everything. Just a suggestion. I know that's a lot of material. These columns here are a lot simpler, and that's not an issue. There's nothing wrong with that. But I would say if they're going to be this simple, give it an extra like 1 or 2 stair steps of kind of definition. I don't know if you would be able to have maybe from here to the other corner relative brought up maybe 1 or 2 voxels and kind of rounded, smoothed off a little bit like that, so that way it's, I'll bring the image back up here. If you look at the columns on the far left, you see how instead of the part just coming straight down to that base, but there's kind of that extra step, that extra platform in between. I think that's definitely something that could be added to give these, it's a subtle detail, but I think it would add a lot to it. You could also make it metal like 1/4 of the way up, like up to and just slightly above the bend if you wanted to. Let me remove the image. More girth. Considering raising up any metal trim, seem not like any of the inlaid metal for ogres. Kind of want to always sit on top of something. I don't know. I think this bridge looks good. I think this thickness is actually a lot more appropriate. Hey, come. Send it to my Skype. This is a really nice doorway here. I like that a lot. Good use of the solid stone. I like these slabs here up above it. I don't know if there's any way you could make a manual, like a voxel style break, just the teeniest of gaps between this one and this one, so that way it doesn't look like this flows into that as the same piece of stone, but instead that this one and this one and this one are separately cut pieces of stone that sit above these 2 kind of large bracket pieces. Or not. If you don't want it that way, then don't do it that way. Tell me to STFU. Once again, columns being used for the walls. Very nice. I like that. It looks really good. Or the square columns, rather. Works really well. These stairs need to be much better reinforced. Just saying. You can use stone, you can use wood, you could use metal. There's gotta be something underneath it. Ha! Calm. Well, you said that after you said Rosie, so now I can only imagine that you're thinking, yeah, you're bad, Calm. Come on. There we go. Alright. So, what's in here? Alright. Yeah, other than getting some more reinforcement for these stairs, I like this. I like what you've got started here. And I'm definitely excited to see more to it. This is really, really cool. I want to take a nice screenshot, but there we go. Now then, let's take a nice screenshot of this place, shall we? Liberation Canal. $1861, 1063, 27, 35. Alright. So we have a raffle going on. You can get glass movers. You can get yourself the tech suit, the October item, or you can get yourself a 7-day beta key. It's exclamation build to enter, as you might have seen in chat there. We only have one person who's entered, so unless you want to let them have the best of luck, you can enter too. Alright. Where to now? No, seriously, folks, where to now? Where is the next awesome place to tour? Who's up? Who's next? Bad Viking, you here? What's this place? Dwarf. Heh. That doesn't look sturdy at all. Anybody? Anybody volunteering to get their stuff toured? Otherwise, I will simply hit the gallery and go from there. Went to sleep. Bye. Sure, we'll check out your fountains. Bad Viking, do you have an ogre build that is ready to be toured and get some feedback? I don't see no stinking fountains. Oh, I was like, I don't know why your fountains are in Fentel's Forge, but it's cool. We'll have to check it out when dwarfs are relevant. Dwarfs. Yeah, sure, Bad Viking. Oh, so there is a launch. That is a giant swimming pool. So where's the fountain? Tiered fountain and gardens. Oh, sweet. So this is gonna be more like the watery, swampy plants or something up here, and then it kind of runs off into some of the less swampy but still water intensive plants here, and then there's gonna be. Hey, don't you be calling me silly. I was about to say you don't know a fountain from 3 discs in the air. Yeah, and then some even less water intensive, and then I could see a 4th disc down here where the water doesn't even get to, where there's some succulents or something that, you know, are already getting plenty of water. A nice workshop, you say, at Warcraft, man. Cool. Working on Ogre stuff? No, Rick, you have to believe that it really doesn't look like a fountain quite yet. That's what it is. You got some gallows here. Either gallows or a public swing set. The frame for a horse-drawn wagon cart thing. That's pretty neat. And you're even working on getting the cloth on it here. That's really nice. Hey, look at this guy. Mr. Fancy Skeleton Pants. You're gonna be wearing those like everywhere, just like I wear my pajama pants like every day when I'm broadcasting. Various pajama pants, not the same one. Alright. This doesn't quite look like... Are you working on Ogre stuff right now, or are you just working on stuff in general right now? Mausoleum. Up, he says. Up. Up we go. Ah. I like a lot of what I see here. I definitely do. I definitely do. Those are nice toppers, tops and bottoms. So these columns being square on the edges here is just fine. Well, I mean, I think it's fine. What you got, Mellow? So these columns here, while the shape's pretty much right, I would say they're too short. This would be the place where you have the pillars that are maybe about this tall for where the bend is at, but the longer, narrower columns, like we see. Let me bring up the image again. See the columns on that building towards the very back, right by the wall. That building's got you know, they're long and they're actually narrow. They don't really seem like they have a taper to them at all. So if you wanted, you could actually use those, you know, columns of that style for the for this section here. Removing the image. So how that would apply then is, this you could keep this way, or you could move to a more cylindrical one. But switching it up so that these could be the longer cylindrical ones if you wanted, or if you're going to have them the ones with the ogrezoidal shape, at least have it the bend start like right around here, twice as high from where it's at right now. Usually flat for ease of moving little figurines. That's true, Com. If you're getting close to bottle-shaped columns, maybe a little bit. Because it does kind of curve this way. It's got like an inward crescent up here, and then it bows out this way. Yeah, the proportions are probably fine. It's just the flattening up the angles a little bit more. So the only part where there's any curve or any oddness is at the bend itself. Yeah, it's been confirmed that we can use arches with ogres. It doesn't seem like it's something that is going to be used too heavily, but an arch doorway, for example, like this, or was it Fugazi's build, or is one of the builds that we checked out that had some columns kind of in between the archways rather in between the columns and the wall, and it actually looked really good. Just make sure they're being used, I would say, with other things. You aren't just going to be used a freestanding arch. What you got? Fugazi'd? Column should always be on a pedestal. Top. Similar treatment at the top. Doesn't have to be this detailed. Should always have a cap and a foot. Should usually look nice to carry that the wall surrounding it. Okay. The widest point of the column is about a third of the way up, give or take. However, These might change for a taller one. Yeah, pretty much. That is a valid image to bring up here. Hey, Catchy, how are you doing? What's up, my friend? Have you been Warcrafting it up, I guess? That would make sense. Yeah, that's the main thing. Keep your columns away from the bottle or bowling pin shape. Sure that top is the same size as the very bottom, for sure. I definitely agree. This being narrower than this does kind of look a little weird now that you mention it. Cool. And once again, I like the these kind of square parts that are kind of jutting out a bit. Whether this is in grass and dirt here or it's on more brick and stone, I think it looks really, really awesome and works really well. This is just, it is what it is. It's pretty simple. Rotation on this one's a little bit off. See a little bit of the angle there. Same with that one. And they're all just off by such a little bit, but they're all off by a little bit. Just a teeny little, just a little off. Is this a mausoleum? I don't know. That's a good question. Another good question is, where's that fire gonna vent out to? Or is it just gonna be trapped up in here and be all like nasty and sooty all the time? Mausoleum. I think I could see this being a place where you've got a like an altar that you sacrifice things at. Otherwise, you're right. It is kind of a small room that doesn't really have too much stuff going with it, but it looks cool. It looks great. I think it definitely captures the Ogre style. I'm really excited to see what kind of stuff you're gonna do in here too, because there's all sorts of detail work and stuff that people have been messing with. Think the doorway is big enough for the fire? If you say so. I would imagine a lot of smoke would kind of catch up in there. Expect like a sarcophagus or an altar. Yeah, like I was saying, an altar for maybe not for sacrifice, maybe an altar for altercation. You get it, everybody? It's a joke. All right. I could see that being dropped in there, though. But once again, if there's going to be a lot of fire in here, definitely I would imagine not necessarily circular or square windows here, so much as maybe towards the top there's just like an empty space of like 3 or 4 and a little trim at the top of that, you know, like where it lines the empty space. Memorial for some great hunter. I could see that. It's pretty cool whatever it's going to be. It's definitely a great start. Bad Vikings, Ogre start. Where are we at? We're on. So if anybody has a build they would like to have toured, please let me know, and we'll definitely scoot on over there as soon as we're finished here. Anybody we haven't toured yet? Alright. 8, 1285, 1883. That looks correct. Yeah, social media is working fine now. It's been good like that. It has been good. It has been most good. Alright. Lord Underneath, do you have a build? Heh. What's the character name underneath? Ogre Snot. I'll take on that challenge. Mashing that space bar, don't wanna go splat. Mashing the space bar, shoulda got my sword out. Mashing the space bar, don't wanna go splat. No go and splat now. Mashing the space bar, mashing the space bar, don't wanna splat now. Go in. Yeah. Alright, we're almost there. Hey, look at that, everybody. Yeah. I still took damage for some reason. Bad Viking. Okay, Lord underneath. Alright, I should be safe this time. Alright. It's Poop Hands McGee. Sorry. Alright. Alright. So first off, what you've got going on here, that's pretty neat. I'm not sure if it works with the chain so much. I mean, I like the chain because you don't have the deformation, but yeah, it's pretty cool either way. I really like the idea. So let's see here. It's decent size for an ogre to walk up single file. I like that metal treatment there. These cute little columns. If you could just get the bend a little bit lower, it would be great. These columns here, these tiny little ones, I don't see enough people doing them. It's actually a really good detail from the style guide that a lot of people have been missing. So definitely a good catch on those. Let's see what else. And I see you're trying to figure out how you want to do it to hang that red banner up there. That'll be really cool. Is that the oxidized copper that you're using there? I would recommend switching it up and doing using something similar to that for this. And you could actually even have it going further. You could have it go I don't know, you could have this stone material going further up, and then have that metal going, you know, up to where it kind of matches the edge. And likewise, where you've got the edge here, you can use a similar metal to this and bring it up right up underneath it. I like this. This is interesting. You've got kind of brick and plaster being used, or brick and solid stone being used. This only works though if you're using stucco or plaster. If you've got solid brick and solid stone like that, it just doesn't quite communicate properly to me, to be honest. It's more of a, you know, rough up the Karen build sort of thing. I don't know if it really works here. I like the idea, like, don't get me wrong, but it just functionally, it just doesn't make sense. If you are going to do something like that, I would say cut out a rectangle inside of here, and then have the stone, either you've got the stone inside and the bricks kind of framing it, or you've got the stone as the frame, and where you've cut it in a little bit, where you've got that inlay, you've got the bricks. Either way, I think it's definitely nice way of trying to address things here. Now you could also, instead of having these right here, bring those down 2 or 3 and have a little bit more like stair-stepping adornment and stuff going from here to here, so it's got a little bit more fanciness and detail getting up to where the trim's at. Happy Ogre Halloween, dude! I like the use of the fabric material for the walkway there. And you know what? I like this water here. I like it a lot. It's a nice little detail. It's something that's probably really easy to miss if you're not an ogre, because it's not a level where you can see it very well. I wonder if it'd be better if you removed some of this, or if you kind of cut this platform here and had this trim go back along here and back here, and then where you've cut away the trim, that you then sink a fountain or a little water bath sort of thing in here, so when people are coming up they actually see it instead of it being more or less hidden to people. That's funny, Mello. And once again, I like the columns that you've got here. I like the shape of them. They need some treatment towards the bottom, something that transitions it. They need the same sort of thing at the top. And if you can keep the same angle, or actually not keep the same angle, if you can make a steeper angle and make it twice as tall, that would really be great. This actually, I think ogres would actually find this really short for a structure, because it's almost twice their height, and I think most things that they build are much taller than that. Happy Ogre Halloween, dude. Sorry. I might end up doing that one more time. These little arrays of columns along the sides here are nice. I like that. It's a really good detail. Already raised the bottom like 20 voxels, so annoying. Neat. Is there anything else that you want to get feedback from me on here? Because otherwise I'll probably be taking a screenshot here pretty soon. It's not a bad start. If there's anything else you had questions on, or wanted to know about, or things you wanted to know how I would approach, let me know. And meanwhile, I'm gonna look at doing a picture here. Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm here for. Happy Ogre Halloween, dude. I liked that one. Lord underneath, looks like you're up. To write the location in. -34, 1210, 138. All right. Looks like my glide broke there for a moment. It's not sure what tune to load. Press in the space bar. Don't wanna go splat. Press in the space bar. Don't wanna go splat. $7,100. Mighty impressive. Alright. Because a fresh load in, I do not press the space bar. And yeah. Didn't change much. Oh, that's right. It's the same old build. It's not ogre themed, is it either? It's just kind of ho hum whatever, right? Like human. Alright. Should be loaded in. Yeah, this place isn't an ogre build. I will, I'll check those rooms out some other time. I definitely want to come back here when the ogre stuff's done and really, really give it another look-see and see what you've done with the place, because it's great. You've done amazing stuff with it. It's pretty awesome. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Stupid marketplace. Let's just kind of throw our hats in out here and kind of see what we came up with. Let's see what the Jello's got going. And this will be the last one before we wrap it up here. I don't know why he says blah. Those look awesome. Those look fantastic. The metal coming down from both sides and kind of meeting here, going around, and then more of that similar sort of thing here. I could see maybe another, like a metal platform below it there, but either way, this looks great. Big old fire pit here. Lined with spikes, not necessarily triangles, but that's fine. Triangles that are curved to fit a surface like this are near impossible. I think Mello, you said you were working on something like that, but I don't know if it actually worked. Did it? Or was it just Artifact City? So those things are a really great detail. It seems like those are the main feature right now. I like the metal strip going all the way up and around. That's really cool. Burn your feet on a hot day. What's this back here? What's this back here? That's great. That looks really, really cool. Definitely to the style. Oh, cool, Rhoda. I would imagine like thick hobbit feet with less toe fur. Well, it looks like a pretty cool wall segment or towery sort of thing. Definitely some cool stuff going on here. That makes sense. Ogre workshop. Negative 150, 1169, and 281. Alright, everybody. We are getting toward the end of things. Old Greg, you missed out last time. You came and then you left. Old Greg. Old Greg. Alright. As soon as this sends. Publish succeeded. Alright. Whoops. Gotcha, Adam. Alright. Okie dokie, let me head back on over. Whee! All right. So this is kind of where I've been starting with things. First and foremost, the biggest thing that I wanted to work at is the size of the bricks themselves. The bricks themselves are actually 12 by 12 by 24. So anytime that you're using the largest brick, make sure that your walls are at least 12 thick, or it's gonna look like it's janky. So that's kind of why I did it like this. And it doesn't mean necessarily you have to build everything to those proportions. Like, it doesn't, it's fine if, say, let's just arbitrarily cut a section off just so you can see. It looks fine, you know, these cut pieces like that brick that's cut, that's fine. 12 by 12 by 12 is actually probably okay. But 24 is the full size of an entire one. Yeah. What were you looking to get, Aroda? Alright. Actually, I kind of like what the light was doing there, is making this look like a darker stone. I'm going to try that real quick. Whoops. Hey, that's actually kind of cool. I actually kind of like that there. What do you folks think? Does that look stupid, or does that kind of look like a nice way to accent the top there? I like that. I'll have to share that around. Alright, everybody. So congrats to Aroda and Manarode, our two winners for today's episode of Content and Creations. We are going to be moving along now to the Evercast show. So I will see you folks over there. I'll just be probably hosting in just a sec as soon as we wrap up. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming through. Really appreciate it. And of course, you can see all of the images from today's episode on Twitter. Just hashtag content creations, hashtag EP11. That'll get you to it, and you'll be able to find all these lovely pictures. So, see y'all next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.